What's going on, guys? I'm Ethan,
I'm Marco.
and we are the Golden Goal. So, as you all are probably aware, by the time this is posted, um, the transfer window will be that night.
Yeah.
But so tomorrow, 11 p.m. in England, or midnight, something around there, the transfer window will come to a close for January. And we're going to explore some last day options for all of the teams in the Premier League. So we're going to start off with Man City.
So this is gonna be like our prediction video. It's just gonna be one whole video, like no cuts, no.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to do that. So Man City, I really feel like they're gonna pick someone up from the from La Liga. I was thinking about. I thought they were gonna pick up Messi like not too long ago, but now as I keep thinking, I don't feel like they're gonna pick Messi, even though it would be a good choice. I still don't feel like it. So yeah, I think he just someone from La Liga.
What position do you think, maybe?
Position wise, I think it might be an attacker. I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. Position wise, I said an attacker or a center mid, right? I feel like they might pick up someone who has creativity, sort of like Kevin De Bruyne, because Kevin De Bruyne will be absent from the team for a little bit. Right.
I feel like someone who could really make like a lot of passes. Like,
yeah.
Someone who could really play with their feet, because they like Man City, they always get like the most passes in the game.
I was thinking, Houssem Aouar from Olympique Lyon. I mean, he was nominated for Team of the Year this year. He's been a good player for Lyon. He's been part of their success this year. Currently, as we speak, they're top of League One, ahead of PSG, and I feel like he's really a guy that can orchestrate in the midfield, sort of like Kevin De Bruyne. So next we have Manchester United.
Manchester United. Now, I'm gonna think they're gonna get a center mid because most likely Pogba is gonna leave. I feel like, so I feel like they're just gonna get someone from the Premier League. Like they'll probably. Like they'll make either a trade or maybe be on a loan. I feel like.
So I saw something this morning. I was researching some players that could go into certain teams, right? And I saw Man United. I searched it up, and one of the things that came up was that Sergio Ramos could go to Man United. I think that's sort of could be out there, but
are you sure that's not fake news? Because
I don't know. But I feel like that could be out there, but then again, it seems likely because, well, Man United, I said they need depth at center back, right, or center mid. If they were to pick up Ramos would probably go into the squad, sort of like Thiago Silva on Chelsea. I think that, Man United, especially after their poor performance against Sheffield, right, conceding twice to a team who was the lowest scoring in the league, I feel like they're going to need to shore up that back line. So next we have Leicester.
Leicester, I feel like they're gonna pick up a winger from. They're gonna pick up a winger, but I really don't know what league they're gonna be from. Yeah, I think they're gonna pick up a winger from League One, but it's gonna be like a youngster. I feel like.
Yeah. So I went with something that may surprise many of you. I said that they're gonna pick up a forward in the absence of Jamie Vardy, right? Because I watched their game today. They did not look threatening at all. Like, they scored first. Harvey Barnes, he's been playing well. So I think they may be good with wingers, right? But I think forward is really where they lack. They lack someone who has that finishing touch. So I went with them to possibly they could pick up Danny Ings. I know Danny Ings, he's similar to Jamie Vardy though. I feel they're both good at finishing. They're both very clinical, and they are similar in the respect that they can get into open spots, right? High up the field, like slip in between defenders, good intelligence, and both of them, they were amongst the Golden Boot leaders towards the end of last year. Next, we have Liverpool.
Well, I really don't know who Liverpool can get at this point, but I feel like they could get a center back.
Mm-hmm.
Probably just a new center back, because now all their center backs are getting injured, but probably a new center back to start, and that's really that's all I think.
So yeah.
Because they picked up Thiago's last time, and I don't think they'll get a midfielder. Their offense, I think they're completely fine with the attackers. So right back, Trent, I think just keep them there. Robertson, keep them there. They're both pretty good, and I guess just get a new center back.
Yeah,
that's all I could think of.
Yeah. So I also agree. I say Liverpool, my team. We need center back, at least one center back, possibly even two. But one of the main ones that I heard we're in contact with is West Ham's Issa Diop. He's a good player. I kind of relate him a little bit to Kurt Zuma, in the sense that they're both good forward presence, and they're both French. They both know how to play well. They're both good at defending, right? And another one that I've heard from MLS, actually, Aaron Long from the New York Red Bulls. Apparently he could go to Liverpool. I mean, I've watched him for years. He's a good center back, right? He's very quick, can defend very well, attacks well, right? Things that Liverpool are sort of looking for in a center back, right? He may not start once Van Dijk and Gomez and those guys come back, but he's always a good option on the bench, right? If they need someone, right? So he'll probably start until the main guys are fit again. But I think that, yeah, he's a good option to come off the bench and could possibly give them another attacking threat. Next we have West Ham.
West Ham, I feel like they could try to get a new midfielder from probably one of the lower English leagues. I feel like they could get a new one, and that's all I think.
So I agree. I say they get a midfielder, and one of the ones that I was thinking of, maybe they could loan him in, Billy Gilmore from Chelsea. He's Billy Gilmore. He's a good player overall. He can perform really well when they need him to, right? He's played a few times for Chelsea, done well there. I don't understand why Chelsea doesn't really play him more often. He's a good player. He's young, fresh legs, right?
I mean,
but yeah,
I feel like they already have like starters, like much better players.
But I mean, I feel like he could play like more, like maybe come in 75th.
Maybe
right?
as a substitute.
Yeah.
Substitute.
I feel like he could come in more. But I feel like if he went to West Ham, he could play maybe replace Declan Rice as like a substitute once in a while, or maybe even give Declan Rice a break, or Thomas Souček. They both played very well and for a lot of time. and with the games coming thick and fast this year, more than ever, I feel like they need someone who can be a good option off the bench. Even though they did get Jesse Lingard, I feel like they may need another center mid to come in, right? So yeah, that's why I said Philly Gilmore. So next we have Tottenham.
So I feel like they could pick up either a right back or a left back, just to like go up and down the wing to support their wingers, like Son. I feel like they could try to support him and give him the ball more, and I feel like they would get him, get a right back or left back from La Liga. I feel like.
Yeah, with Serge Aurier possibly leaving, I feel like they may need a right back, but I went with a center back, right? I think that their center backs haven't really done well, and they haven't really done well. I mean, conceding 3 to Liverpool, I mean, that's fine, but like you look at some of the other goals that they've conceded, right? They've conceded like they have kept a few clean sheets, but they need more out the back. I think Lloris has to save them too many times. I feel like Joe Rodon, right? He's a good player at center back, but do I believe he should should start? I'm not entirely sure. So I think they need to shore it up out the back. So I went with Jose Gimenez from Atletico Madrid. So next we have Chelsea.
Chelsea, well, I feel like they should. They shouldn't get another goalie because they already got Mendy like not too long ago, and they're probably gonna just get another attacker even though they have a lot. Or maybe I feel like they're gonna get a youngster and try to like train him more, like by like the players that they already have. And yeah, that's what I think.
So I said that with Thomas Tuchel being introduced, right, and already having Thiago Silva, I think that Chelsea could get Marquinhos. I think, well, chemistry reasons, obviously, but I feel like, if Antonio Rudiger or Kurt Zuma or Azpilicueta or even Thiago Silva get injured or need to be rested, right? I think that they need either Marquinhos, center back, or Marquinhos can play in a little bit more of an advanced role at CDM, right? If one of their CDMs get injured, right? And I think that Marquinhos is trusted by Thomas Tuchel, right? He can come in, right, and play, maybe start by coming off the bench a couple times, right, late in the game, or like 60th minute, and then work his way as a starter.
Okay.
So next is Everton.
Everton. Let's see. So I feel like they could get. Well, I don't think they're gonna need a midfielder. I don't think they're gonna need a striker, but I feel like they could get a center back who could I feel like that could run a bit more, that has a bit more pace. And they would try to get someone from somewhere, I think in the Premier League. They would try to get a new center back, and I just feel like I feel like they could try to get Gomez, from Liverpool.
Wow. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I mean, even Liverpool may look to sell Gomez if they bring in a couple more center backs, right? They probably won't get as much for him as they probably would have towards the beginning of the season, right? Because of his injury. But I think that Everton probably more need a right back. I mean, Seamus Coleman, yeah, he's good, but I think that someday, right, he'll probably retire soon, right? He could get injured again, like he did earlier in the season. I think that they may need depth at right back. So I think they could get Brandon Williams from Manchester United, even though they say he doesn't really want to leave. I feel like maybe a loan move could be on the cards for him, or or maybe like they could buy him permanently, right, for a few years, turn him into a good player, and then sell him for more, right? Maybe back into another Premier League team, or they could get someone who I was surprised wasn't picked up in last summer's transfer window, Max Aarons from Norwich. He's a good player, right? He's a crafty right back, gets up and down very well. I mean, he provides pace, which is something that Seamus Coleman at an older age tends to lack, right? And I feel like a young legs could help them with another attacking option, right? With Luka Dean being on the left side, getting up and down, putting crosses in, right? I feel like they may need someone on who can do the same on the right. So next we have Aston Villa.
Aston Villa. I feel like they're gonna get a new left wing to replace Grealish, because I feel like he's gonna leave. I feel like he's most likely gonna leave and go to a different club. So I feel like they're gonna get a more advanced left wing.
I mean, all credit to Dean Smith. He's got the best out of his guys this year. I mean, but one position that he really may need depth at is striker. So I think that even though they do have Ollie Watkins, I've seen that a couple of their other strikers could go on like loan for the rest of the season, leaving them exposed if something happens to Ollie Watkins. So I think that, yes, this may be a little out there, but they could get Milik, I think, or someone else who has good experience playing up top and could be amongst the goals if Ollie Watkins got injured. So next we have Arsenal.
I feel like they're gonna get a new center back, because their center backs have not been playing really well this season and making a lot like silly mistakes. I feel like they're gonna get just a center back from League One. I feel like they're gonna get a new center back from League One.
I say with Arsenal, I think they're gonna need a left back, right? I mean, they don't really, besides Kieran Tierney, right? They don't really have anyone, and I think that a move maybe for Patrick Van Aanholt has been on the cards. I heard that they were in talks with Van Aanholt, and I think that Van Aanholt's a really good attacking option, right? While he may not be like as good or as quick as he was like previously, he's still pretty young, right? I think he's about 29, 30, and he can still provide a good attacking option if they need. Guys, quickly before we advance in the video, if you I would like you to comment down below who you think your team could get on the final day of the transfer window. We still have 10 more to do. That was just the top half of the table, and yeah, let's get right back into this bottom half. So Next is Southampton.
I feel like they could try to get a new midfielder to like help with Danny Ings up top, maybe like a center attacking midfielder. I feel like they could get to help with Danny Ings up top, and to really, I feel like that could really like make like a good send ball, or like who could really cross it, or just like a really long ball. So that's what I feel like.
I feel like with Southampton, Danny Ings has already been hurt earlier in the year. He could be transferred to a different club. So I think they may need like a striker. They could get someone who's young, like on a loan move. I was thinking possibly Anthony Gordon from Everton. I mean, he doesn't really play much for Everton, but I feel like he seems like he could be a good striker. He's young, right? He could probably get into like more. He could probably get better runs than Danny Ings because he probably has more pace than Danny Ings, being that he's much younger. And I feel like, he could be an option to go along with a few others that they have at the forward position. So next we have Leeds.
Leeds. I really don't know who they could get. I'm at a loss for words, but I feel like they could try to get a new goalkeeper. Like, I feel like they could get a new goalkeeper. I feel like the one this season, he's been doing okay, but I feel like they could try to get a better one for probably the next season.
All right, so I think that Leeds, they need to bolster their defense, probably more left back than any other defensive positions, because I hear that Izgan Alioski is in talks with Galatasaray in Turkey, possibly in a move there. So I saw like I looked at some like left backs that Leeds are possibly in talk with, right? And I saw a guy, I believe he's from the Scottish League. His name is Josh Doig. I think that anyone that Bielsa brings in, he could probably get the best out of. And I think that they really need attacking options, right? It said that Josh Doig, he's a very young kid, so he probably has a great deal of pace on him, and I think that they need that as an attacking option, right? To get up and down, play crosses in, right? And even score a couple of goals like Alioski did. So next we move on to Crystal Palace.
Okay. So Crystal Palace, I feel like I don't know if Zaha will still be there, but I think Zaha's actually gonna stay there for like another year. So I feel like they're going to get probably a winger, I feel like, but like more experienced winger to play on the wing, to either who's like good with skill. I feel like they would try to get, and that's what I think.
So I believe that Crystal Palace need someone in a more advanced position, right? Like you said, Marco. But I think one of the options that stands out to me is Ismail Sarr from Watford. I think it was a bit of a surprise to me that he wasn't picked up last summer because he was contacted by, apparently he was in like talks linked with like Liverpool or like even some of the other top clubs. But I think that he could wind up at Crystal Palace, right? They'll probably need more attacking options, right? And I think that Ismail Sarr is probably one of the better ones still out there. So next, Wolves?
Wolves. I feel like they're just gonna get another Portuguese player to finish up their Portuguese lineup. Probably. But for real, I feel like they're gonna get a right back. Well, you know, yeah. I feel like they're gonna get either a right back or a left back. But yeah, Portuguese one.
So, I think that Wolves, despite bringing in Willian Jose at the beginning of the transfer window, I think that Wolves still probably need more attack, right? I mean, even though like their defense hasn't been that good, right? Putting up 2 and still losing to West Brom, that's just beyond me. But I still think they need to bolster their attack to get that final end product. Like yesterday, they lost 1-0 to Palace. I think that if they had more attack, they probably could have pushed on for an equalizer. So I think they bring in a Portuguese striker. So yeah, to complete their Portuguese lineup. No, but Nuno really likes Portuguese players, right? He has several in his lineup. I mean, if they switch to like a 4-4-2 or something like that, or like a 3-5-3-2, sort of, then they could play maybe 2 up top, like Willian Jose, or a new striker that they could bring in, or Fabio Silva, and they'll have plenty attacking options. So next, Newcastle.
So Newcastle, I feel like they're gonna pick up a player from the Championship League, the other English league. That's why I feel like they're gonna pick up probably a midfielder. Yeah, that's what I think.
So I think that they'll pick up a defender from the EFL Championship as well. I feel like they could pick up someone from like Swansea, because Swansea has like a really good goals against record, right? They don't concede many, and yeah, I think that Newcastle really needs defense, primarily right back, because, well, apparently DeAndre Yedlin could go to Galatasaray or somewhere else, right? So I think they may need to bolster their defense.
Okay.
So next we have Burnley.
Burnley. So I feel like for Burnley, I feel like they're gonna need probably an attacker. Probably just I feel like they're just gonna try to get I don't know what position, but I feel like they're gonna get an attacker. But like I feel like they're gonna get a new youngster, like they could probably get from one of the lower English leagues.
I said yeah, they need a striker. I mean, there's no doubt about it. They haven't been scoring the goals that they need to. They lost Chris Wood got picked up a knock in this morning's game. I mean, Ashley Barnes is injured. The only player who was on the field today, towards the end, that actually could score was their center back, Ben Mee. I mean, it's no secret that they're in an injury crisis up top. They were playing with 2 players who don't even play forward at the forward position. Mate Vidra who's sort of an advanced center mid role, and Johan Gudmundsson, who's at sort of a wing mid role. And they needed to push on for a goal to have the deficit against Chelsea and possibly even go for a draw, right? But they couldn't do that because they didn't have anyone who could score. So I think they bring in someone from the Premier League on loan. I'm thinking possibly they could bring in a guy like Eddie Nketiah from Arsenal. They could bring him in on loan. Yeah, I feel like they're more likely going to get an English player or someone who's from the UK, right? Because more than only like a handful of players are not from the UK on Burnley. Um, but yeah, I think they're gonna get like a player like Eddie Nketiah who doesn't play much at their own club, but is young and could could play well, right? Could benefit from getting some football under their belt. So next we have Brighton.
Brighton. I feel like they could actually get. I feel like they could try to get a new midfielder actually from either they'll probably get a new like English midfielder somewhere and probably in Championship League. Yeah, that's what I think actually.
So I agree. I think they're gonna get a midfielder. I actually had them linked to William Smallbone from Southampton. I think that they need a center mid, right? And William Smallbone is a good player who doesn't really get kind of the recognition he deserves at Southampton, right? He doesn't get the playing time he should be getting, kind of like Billy Gilmore. But I think that William Smallbone or someone like him, right, or someone like him or Billy Gilmore could be loaned or bought short term to Brighton. So next we have Fulham.
So Fulham, I feel like they could try to get a new I think they could try to get since if they get relegated, then they'll probably start scouting some players, and they'll try. I feel like they would try to get a youngster, but at a center back position, and yeah, that's what I think.
So I think right now, if there's one position that they need, it's a center mid, right? They don't have that kind of catalyst in the middle of the park who can spray the ball out wide, even take on a shot when they need to. And I think that someone like Sean Longstaff from Newcastle could be the person that they can bring in, right? Young, right? They're more likely to get someone young as sort of a lower club, right? Or they could bring in someone from like even the Championship or EFL League One, right? But I think that Sean Longstaff may be a good option for them, whereas like as a center mid, right? That I think they really need. So next we have West Brom.
So West Brom, I feel like they could try to get a new striker. I feel like they would try to make a trade for I feel like they could try to make a trade with Norwich to get Pukki. since they're probably going back into the Championship League. Yeah, that's what I think.
So I think that West Brom, they're not doing, as of recently, they're not doing poorly on the attacking side. But I think that their defending could use some major improvement. So one of the people that I think could help them, right, is sort of like Christian Kabasele from West Brom. I mean, not West Brom, Watford. And like they need center backs, and it's quite inevitable that they need people who can defend very well, right? And Watford, they haven't. They've defended very well in the Championship, right? I think they've only conceded like 20 or so goals, thus far, and yeah. So West Brom, they really need someone who can defend and has experience, right? Semi Ajayi is a good attacker. I think they need someone more geared towards like staying back, right, and defending. So I think they could get they're more likely to get a center back. So last but not least, Sheffield United. I mean, after a great resilient win against Man United, they they could do something to bolster their team and their team spirit. At the end of the transfer window. Marco?
So, with 8 points right now in the Premier League, most likely going down and getting relegated, I feel like they will start looking for some young players in English like League 1 and League 2 to pick up and to sign. And yeah, that's what I was saying.
What position do you think?
Oh yeah, so I would think probably a midfielder. That's what I think.
So I think they may need a striker, someone who can put the ball in the back of the net, and I think they could get someone from like Rangers or Celtic in the Scottish League. I feel like someone from the Scottish League could make a move to Sheffield and maybe thrive there too. So I had Edouard from Celtic. I mean, I don't really know much about him, but it's just like people like that can play and score at a high level, right? He leads Celtic in scoring, I saw, and I think that Sheffield really needs someone that can score time and time again, right? So, yeah, that's what I think. So, anyway, that's the end of the video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed.
I just want to say, our younger viewers, we will probably are not watching this, but we're probably expecting people at maybe our age or a bit younger to be understanding this and to really know soccer.
Yeah.
To just know what we're exactly saying.
Yeah.
And wait, let me check. Okay, we've been recording for 39 minutes.
Wow.
That's
crazy.
More than the prediction video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
But yeah,
if you guys made it this far, I just want to say thank you.
Yeah. But yeah.
And good job to you guys for making it this far.
Yeah, so it's kind of been hard to play outside for us recently because it's really cold where we live, right? And there's been snow. There's supposed to be a bunch more snow tomorrow.
Oh yeah, guys, it's in the teens right now.
Yeah.
Outside, so
yeah.
This is our third consecutive day.
Yeah. So hopefully sooner rather than later, we're able to get back outside and back showing you some good content of us playing soccer, right? But yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on post notifications so you get notified whenever we upload to the channel.
like the video if you really liked it. Comment down below what you want to see in the next video. And that's it, guys.
Peace.
See ya.